Oh my god, it is rotten!
Wow, it's not pretty underneath the skirt really. I don't think that was on there very well. It's finished.
So we've had another Mitsubishi twin turbo GTO dropped off, but I'm having to shoot out. So Lewis is going to put it on the ramp and he's going to get the interior stripped out a bit and have a look inside and see how rotten this thing is. We don't know how bad it is. We've been told it is bad though. Oh, look at the state of my hair. If you don't know us, we're a car project channel on the cheap, Shineautomotive, and we fix broken cars and we have crazy projects and stuff like that. So let's Lewis get this on the ramp and see what's wrong with it.
You like my new driver's seat?
So we've taken the whole interior out, but we've got one small little thing. We can't do it in one day, so it needs to be moved in and out of the garage. How's your power steering?
Yeah, fantastic, mate.
Yeah? Oh. Yeah, you're clear. Right, so we're going to have the first look at the new GTO that we've got in for welding.
What's left of this GTO that we've got in for welding?
We haven't used any fingers to prod any holes yet. This is just how we've come to it. We've come into some rounded bolts we can't get off, and well, yeah, as you can see, I don't think there's much other way of getting it out without just twisting the metal. Nothing left with it. Just like so. Got the skirt off now, and wow, it's not pretty underneath the skirt really. So it's just going to be take the full interior out so we don't set fire to anything, and try and salvage as much of the floor as we can. All there, and you can see the carpet on this side up there. Bit of nice stuff on the exhaust. Colin fixed that earlier. He's also been at welding that exhaust on there. We also have another bit of carpet. I don't think that was on there very well. Who tightened that up?
Fine, we'll weld it up.
So we found that the centre bearing is noisy. The rear seatbelt mount there is not very good. The actual bolt was twisting while I was trying to undo the bolt. So we've got this skirt off, and other than the wing, the outer sill doesn't look as bad as the other side. Right, so most of the interior that we need out is out now. We just need to get the carpet out, which hopefully will just slide out. And yeah, we'll come back and see the damage. Right, so we've taken the carpet out and the new inner sill has just arrived, along with our waterproof sticky material to stick it on with and what we're going to cover it up with. That's how we're going to do the job properly.
Right, so Lewis has had a look round it. He's got all the interior out of it, as he's seen. And now I'm just working out where to cut. Now, the floor braces are pretty good. The outer sill is really good to underneath where the mounts are for the sills, plastic skirts that go on. So I don't want to be changing that for the line. The bottom of the wing's knackered, but I might just plate that up because again, you don't see that for the wings unless you want some new wings, which I need to talk to the customer. So we're going to basically chop all the rot out, but leaving the cross braces that you can just see through there. You can see the nice bit of grey. So work from there, chop it out. We've got to chop all the rust out and then start again. This sill is the worst bit on the car. So, but luckily, like I say, these cross braces, you see them better there. That's all right. This centerpiece with the squares in, now we put that back in the other car. It's such small tin, I really can't see what that is actually doing. Whether that would have just been a part to hold the components as the car was originally built, I don't know. I just need to chop it all out and then work out what we're going to do. Whether we're going to get John to fabricate some sills. If we get some sills fabricated, we'd then have a template for future sills, or if anyone wants to purchase some sills, because you cannot buy Mitsubishi GTO sills anywhere. So these are the braces that I'm talking about. These are good all up to here. We need to try and keep this and cut the floor along there. Oh, brilliant. I've stood on something sharp as well. Basically cut across there. And that's where we're going to piece up. But we're going to have to do it from underneath because this is a raised section for the floor here. But we'll have to do something down in here. But we just need to chop it out. Start, that's what you do. Just chop it out. I must have said that about 15 times, but there we go. Hello, ruler. Oh my god. It is rotten.
So that is the inner skin out. So it can get to the hole.
Now we can get to what we need to weld.
Yes, can't we, Matt?
So I've come down to John's because my folder isn't long enough, and John's just putting me a lovely 19 there. And pardon? Yeah, well, it's a folder you lent me, or you know, you said, "Here, have that folder," and I use it loads. But
Have a long-term loan. On
it is no. My friend Jonathan gave me that, so we're putting a 19 there,
Where's your test pit?
and that's the sill.
It's not a 90.
No, we're not putting a
Line
19
it
there.
up. Go on, tell me when you want me to stop. Now you're looking. You have to sight it down the end.
Oh my life, this is hard work. Go on. Have a look at that bad boy.
On a bit more.
Just a tiny bit more in there, John. JW Fabrications, subscribe to his channel. John's the man. One guy in the G-Wagon video says, stop messing around, we've seen all this video, you need to be getting
I
on
read
with
that.
this
Do you like, I disliked it.
I did, yeah?
Yeah, do you like
I
it?
can't see that you disliked it.
I
Did you see
disliked
my
it.
reply?
No.
Uh,
Perfection takes time, these people need to understand.
yep,
That's the problem.
that's it.
Right, I'll put a little bend in there for you.
Just a little bend
Just
in
a
there.
little bend.
And I can
Yeah, that's
manipulate
alright.
that round anyway.
Stop messing about. Well, I tell him, go somewhere else and watch something else. That's
Ooh,
all.
that's harsh. So what John's kindly done now, to save me a lot of time, he's done all my folding. So this is the floor section that we're putting in, then the inner sill, and then the outer sill, which is put a little kink in it to help me fold it round. We only need to get this shaped round and in place, because remember, the big plastic side skirts that go over the side of it. So we'll get all this, this will all shape up really nice, do believe me. John, as always, absolute legend. Love you, brother. Right, so I'm back from John's and Matt's got it all cut out. And this is the floor section that is going in. This is so hard to do on your own. So that is the floor section. It's going to sit flush with the inner sill, like that. So that's the section that we're going to weld in. And I'm probably going to weld most of it from the inside to make it easier. And then manipulate everything into place. This side wants just lifting up a bit so it'll run smooth like that side. So I'll cut these edges off so this will be flush with where it needs to be, like so. And we'll get that stitched in, and then we'll start working back with all this. I mean, this is just rotten, seriously rotten, this one. So there we go, just carry on working away. Of the floor is done. It's got the brushable seam sealer on there, but what have I done, acting as part of the insulation as well. I need to let it all fully dry before we go and put the foot plate level back on there, and I'm gonna have to build a ledge or something on there for the end of that to rest on. But this is all good, and I've just tacked it in place where I need to on this side. I'll probably tap that in, put another one in there, but it's fully seam welded on the... Can't believe I just slipped my finger across there and I didn't split it, or did I? Oh yeah, nice. Right, so moving on to this back bit now, where there's nothing left and somebody's had a naughty little repair there with some aluminium and some filler. Now I need to try and keep the shape to know where I'm working at here. but it's going to be very hard. So, because I really need to chop and get into here so we can work out putting a plate on in here. And I want to try and do this plate, cut all this out, and I should be able to get access if I lose all this. So I'm going to try and cut this all out, this section, in a wanner, so then I can got the reference to how to build it back. But don't forget, there's a massive plastic sill goes all the way along this one, and this is only getting stone chipped up. We're doing the acid etch, the weldable acid etch on before we go any further, putting the outer skin on, plenty of that on, and I'll probably bang a little bit of rust cure up in there because we only need to put a weld up to here, putting a full sill on, and then weld along here. I'll take all these out because I think the heat will get them, but that's where I want to be. And then the sill will just clip back on, riv nut the bolts for the threaded bolts to go underneath to put the sill back on. But I need to make sure this is not too much, not too little, because it'll bow the sill out, which I had an issue on a previous one that I did. I got that sorted in the end, and that is just rotten. You just got to cut it all out. So I've had to use sort of a line to work across to know where I've been getting on. Putting the floor in, the floor piece in, and when it'll come to it, we'll put a wire brush down there, and we'll put a nice seam sealer along there to join that up, and some stone chip, and that'll blend in with the original floor shape pretty good. So I'm quite impressed with all that. So we have to make all this because you just can't buy the panels, same as this bit, and it's just like, where do you start? And I think the best place to start is to just try and cut it all out in one. I'll see. I'll just put it on a time lapse and we'll work away, because this one is crusty. crusty. Something like this wanted to come as a bare shell really to be done, but there we go. I think we've had 3 minutes of waffle now, so we'll get cracked on. Lewis, you got that bumper off yet?
No, I've lost 2 ratchet spanners. I'm about to lose a ratchet as well.
Are you about to lose your ratchet as well?
Yeah.
Right, so Lewis, after stressing out for ages, because I just don't understand why they need to put so many bolts in the back bumper. There's just far too many. The crash bar at the back, when we were looking, we couldn't make out what it was. The crash bar's totally finished. The rear end of the motor, structurally, is solid. You know, and I'm surprised to see how bad the sills were on that side. All this, the mounting points, everything is really good. But the crash bar is finished. So we're either going to have to fabricate one or try and find one, but I bet you cannot get one. Because I know Naz, with the Gold GTO we did, he was saying how bad the number plate brackets are. And this one is gone. So we've actually had John fabricate a new number plate bracket. So we're actually going to try it out on this vehicle to make sure it's a good fit. And then if you need to get some, there's going to be an eBay shop where you can get these from. And Naz is the guy that got it all sorted and designed. So I think he'll be selling them on the forums or something like that. We'll be working one out. We'll be working that one out when it comes to it. Patches, you just know it's had no welding. It's been glued on or slightly tacked on. I haven't seen any tacks yet. Trying to get it off. I don't know if it's aluminium yet, not too sure. Can't be, it's just there. Tin smacking around with it off. Nice. Right, so the floor plate is back in. That got tack welded in last night, and then we've seam sealed it all in the corners just to get it nice and strong again. And then I just need to put a bit of brushable seam seal around there that I've missed, and probably a bit more in there just to get these welds nicely covered up and protected. Everything's been done with acid etch and the zinc primer as well. Outer sill is done, and this top bit is all done as well. Getting chewed up by everything. We're looking fresh. We are looking fresh now. So obviously the sill covers a lot of this. The main thing, strength is all back in it, and the floor all the way along there is nice. Gone over the welds now with some black tyre seal. Again, just to give it a nice finish for when we stone chip over the top of it. I can't get my words out today. It's got to finish a bit round there, but that when it's blacked up, it'll look really nice. Just going to give the floor a good wipe down and everything. But that's had acid etch and a zinc primer under there as well as brushable seam sealer and some tiger seal. It'll stop all the water ingress getting in as well, if there is any little pinholes, but there isn't any pinholes.
I've been doing it too long to be blowing pinholes everywhere, he says.